Hey adventurers, welcome back to Underdark Cellars. We are returning to our regularly scheduled content with a special episode paying homage to one of my favorite little chaos gremlins, Niffty.
Husk is our bartender and Niffty is our housekeeper.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. I clean.
If you have seen Hazbin Hotel, you will know exactly the queen I am talking about. If you haven't,
And Niffty? Yeah. You don't even want to know what her deal is.
so we're going to make the cookies that she makes when Lucifer Morningstar, Charlie's dad, comes to visit the hotel. So let's get started, shall we? Niffty is a stabby one.
All right, Niffty, Niffty, Niffty.
So these cookies are going to be filled. I want when you bite into this cookie to have like a red gooey center. So we're going in with some sweet and tart cherries, about a cup of granulated sugar. We're going to do a couple tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to turn the heat to medium. I also, to ensure that this forms like a gelatinous substance, we are going to make a cornstarch slurry. So I have 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of water. We're going to mix this together. We're gonna let this come to a heavy boil. Once it starts to bubble up like this, we're gonna turn the heat to low and we're gonna let this cook for like 10 minutes. This is finished cooking. I'm gonna set the burner aside and set up my blender. I need to reserve a little bit of this syrup. Everything else goes straight in here. Turn the heat to low. Just give this slurry another mix. We're going to add that right into here. And we are just going to start whisking. And this should come together relatively quickly. And there we'll have like this gloopy cherry filling. So the idea with this is we want the cookie, when you take it out of the oven, to have, like when you open it, to have this texture. The problem is if we put this hot into a cookie dough, it'll melt right through the cookie dough. So what we need to do is transfer this to a silicone baking sheet and kind of spread it into little wafers that we will freeze and then put into our cookies so that when you open them, you have that filling. You can do this with really anything, but if you want to have like a filled cookie, this is the way to do it. We're gonna let this cool. Like, this has to be cold, like room temperature, before I put this in the freezer, so this is gonna be a minute. And then once that's done, we will go ahead and work on the cookie dough. Now that this is cool to the touch, we're gonna put these in the freezer to solidify. While we do that, we're going to work on our cookie dough. Into the bowl of our stand mixer, we are going, to add our butter. We're going to add in our sugar. Now that we've got the butter and sugar together, we're going to add in our egg and egg yolk. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, so 1, 2. Salt, baking powder. And once that's all together, like just combined, we are going to let this chill in the fridge. So I will see you when that's done. So we have our very cold sheet of cherry filling. I want to say she had 6 cookies per sheet. So we're looking at some pretty big sugar cookies. So we're going to take our sugar cookie dough. I'm going to press this out. I'm going to take a glass and just like roll this out a little so that it's somewhat even. We're going to use an offset spatula to grab some of this filling. I'm going to lay that on top. Gonna pop these in the freezer with the others, and then we'll see you in about 30 minutes. Okay, so now these are chilled. The oven is preheated. We're gonna pop these in the oven. Quite possibly the biggest cookies I have ever baked. We're gonna let these cool completely. All right, and then as far as I could tell, there was like a white top to these. So now that these are like mostly cool, these two have a little further to go. These are massive. If you remember this cherry juice that we had made earlier, the cookies are very like haphazard. So we are gonna like make these look a little bit like a crime scene. I'm not gonna lie, I think these turned out pretty cool looking. Anyway, adventurers, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button. Actually, to be quite frank, you better subscribe. Or else. Ring the bell for notifications, comment down below, share this video, and make sure you take care of yourselves, adventurers, and do something nice for someone else. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.